Welcome. If this is your first ETH Global event, welcome. We're happy to have you. And if this is your second, third, or 10th, welcome back. Happy to have you again. Istanbul, this will be the first time we actually have an event in Istanbul, so really looking forward to it. And the community has been really great and supportive this past, I guess, year or so of planning. Yeah, just really looking forward to everybody kind of coming back and getting together. So yeah, this is our beginners workshop. I'm just gonna cover like some very hopefully ideas and ways around the website that'll help you if you're completely new to the website and haven't looked at it. Hopefully, if you have, you've checked it out. Like this is, I'll start sending some links in here, but this is our hacker dashboard. And so if you haven't been on here already, definitely do this. This is kind of where this is the lifeline of everything that happens. So, we'll have you have a little notifications here about when to submit your project and stuff. The overview of your team. If you want to invite team members to your team, you can click view team, and then you'll be able to to share links and tokens for people to join. As an FYI, we have around 1,300 hackers that are attending. And so as a result of that, we had to close applications earlier than expected. Just because of the venue capacity, we're only able to, to admit so many people, right, in a venue without it becoming a, fire hazard. And so if there was anybody that, you wanted to join that hadn't staked yet or that hadn't applied yet, unfortunately, they won't be able to join at this point. But that's okay, because if somebody wasn't able to attend, you can still, we'll have 2 team formation sessions next week virtually, Monday and Tuesday in the morning Istanbul time. So trying to give people as many opportunities as possible to connect beforehand as well. But then also, so whenever that does happen, you can invite people by entering their name, their email, and send them the code. But you also, there's in the Discord, the Find a Team channel. This is people who've been, providing their information, who they are, what they're working on, what they're looking for in terms of team members. So if you haven't done this already, definitely check this out as well. In order to see the Istanbul channels, which I highly recommend you all connect your hacker dashboard to Discord. So to do that, you just go back to the dashboard, and then there will be a button that says connect to Discord in purple around here. So once you do that, then you'll be able to see all these channels, and you'll get the Istanbul role in Discord. So we definitely encourage you to do this, because once the event does start happening, the information channels, the event schedule channels, this will start populating with all a bunch of announcements, the workshops that are going on. And so it's just really important that you all, are able to keep up with what's going on at the event once it does happen. And then eventually next week, either today or next week, we will open up the partner channels as well. So all of our partners will be listed here. So you'll be able to reach out to the DevRels from each of the partner teams. And so if you're not sure, who the partners are or what the prizes are, you can always click on the partners tab here. And sorry, my internet's been really slow today on the site, so it might take a little while for it to load. But once this does load, all of our partners, if you haven't seen this already, all of our partners will be listed here. And then each of their prizes. Why didn't we do that? We'll just go to the prizes page instead. You can click on these, or you can also just scroll down, and it'll show up too. But here we have all of our partners listed on the left-hand side, and then each of the prize amounts that they're given as well. So once you scroll down over here, you'll be able to see exactly the finer details of what partners are offering in terms of the prizes, what they're looking for in terms of requirements. So I would suggest you all, now is the time to really start thinking about what you want to work on if you haven't done this already. That way, whenever next Friday happens at 9 p.m. Local time in Istanbul. That's when hacking begins. Then you can just start hacking, start building. You don't have to worry about thinking on what you want to work on, or if you want to join a team. So we definitely encourage you all to take advantage of this time leading up to Istanbul to really think about what it is you want to hack on, and if you want to form a team or not. And of course, you're able to hack solo. That's certainly not an issue as well. Um, but luckily, a lot of these the partners, they do have the resources for their portals, documentation, but a lot of them also do provide project ideas that they would like to see be worked on top of their tech stack. So this is another way for you to kind of get those ideas as well, if you're unsure of exactly what it is that you do want to work on. And the other thing, if you maybe you're not really sure what you're getting into, right? So if you go to our Twitter and then the highlights tab, this kind of lists all of our past finalists from our events, from in-person events, from our online events. So if you click on any of these and click on the threads, open the threads, you'll see exactly what the finalists were, what their project was. If you click on their the image, it'll take you to their showcase page. So whenever you're done with your whenever ETHGlobal Istanbul is completely finished, all of your information for related to your project, the description, your demo video, if you make one, your screenshots and everything, it'll be posted on our showcase page. So this is something that you can share to potential future employers, to your communities, to anybody really. And this can be found in the showcase tab here on our website. But it's a really neat way to kind of just showcase what it is exactly that you worked on. Yeah, just really cool, just a cool way to kind of highlight what happened at the event. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this link, that way people can take a look at it. But yeah, it's also really good, I think, good way for inspiration as well. If you're maybe unsure what to work on, you can kind of get a feel for what the finalists did at our past events. And the other thing is, our YouTube channel has a ton of resources. So this is actually the New York playlist, but I mean, you can always go back to, let me just see if I open these global playlists. You can see each of our events, all of our different workshops, all of the opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies, beginners workshops this is from Waterloo. And then, yeah, so, if you've got the time, these workshops are also really good resources for ideas, or even just how to work on a particular partner's tech stack as well. So, of course, in Istanbul, we're going to have our own workshops as well, Friday afternoon from about 2 to 6:30 p.m. before hacking actually begins. But if you can't wait for that, or if you want to just get started, like, learning this information, like, definitely check out what's going on on our YouTube playlist from past events. So I just sent that in the chat. And then the reason why I also brought that up too is because I mentioned the past finalists on the Twitter feed. So one of them, one of the videos is it's a closing ceremony. So if you do become a finalist at ETHGlobal Istanbul, watching this will really give you a good idea for what it is exactly you will be doing. So the top 10 or 12, 13 teams that are selected as finalists will get to do a live demo during the closing ceremony. So, well, what's a live demo? So, I mean, you'll kind of get a feel for what it is exactly that hackers are working on during the closing ceremony after the ads finish playing. But again, this is also, it's a really good way to kind of, watching these past videos, I think is a really good way to kind of give you a better sense of feeling for what to expect when it comes to the event. Even the opening ceremony, the opening ceremony that we have at on Friday evening around 7 or 8 p.m. That's, we definitely encourage you all to attend it, especially if this is your first hackathon. The opening ceremony will provide you all the rules, guidelines, information around what to expect for the weekend. So, I mean, for New York, we have that, here. And so, Kartik will go through like the judging rules and everything. So again, if you're unsure what to expect, I think the best way to really kind of get your hands around a grasp of what to expect is watching these opening ceremony, closing ceremonies videos. And this information, a lot of this information actually can be found on the website as well. So if you go to info, so that the rules around how long do we get to present to the judges? What does judging look like? What are judges grading us on in terms of their criteria? All of that can be found, in this information tab. So like rules, project submissions, and judging. So yeah, if you've never done an ETHGlobal event, definitely take the time to also read through this as well. Like I mentioned, it's also covered in the opening ceremony video that I just showed from our YouTube page. But the really nitty-gritty finer details of what you can and can't do is here as well. Not to mention, like, because we have the top finalist prizes, we have the partner prizes, just partner prizes only. So there's a lot of different there's a lot of really specific nuances to how the events are run. So knowledge is power, right? The more you know, the better. We I get asked a lot of questions about the demo video. I mentioned that Framed, they were a New York finalists. Their demo video was published here. And it's, let me go back. This one actually I re-uploaded for them because how their project was, it's kind of a unique scenario. So it's actually less than 2 minutes. It was only 44 seconds, but it's the point of their video is completely different. But the main thing is that the video is really helpful for you all to share for partners. So because we do live judging, Sunday morning, and that's in front of 2 judges in the judging room. But if you do partner prizes, that's going to be async. So you'll go to partner booths as well. But having the video gives them the ability to really see exactly what it is that you're working on. So the video isn't required for project submissions, but it's certainly helpful to have a video, I think. So it's highly encouraged, but again, not required. But if you want to make a video, then you're going to have a lot of helpful tips around what to do for a video as well. So yeah, let me go back. Dashboard. Okay, so if I go back here, then the next thing I wanted to really cover is the mentors. So if I click the mentors tab, the mentors are here to help you all get answer any questions you may have, get unblocked with anything from a technical perspective. The partners, whenever we open the partner channels in Discord, the DevRels will be there too to answer questions. The partners will be there in real person as well, at the venue. But maybe you can't get up, you don't want to walk all the way to where the partners are at the venue. You want to stay at your desk. I mean, you can certainly message them in the chat. As members of the team will respond to the queries. But the mentors aren't affiliated with a particular partner. They have experience from previous hackathons or previous hackers. Some of them are founders, co-founders of companies, have gone on to raise money for companies. So they're there to help you all out to get unblocked and anything that you may be stuck with. So they'll be wearing bright yellow vests, walking around the venue. There will also be there'll be a mentor station that I'll show you a little bit in the venue map. But they'll also be they're encouraged to walk around and just to kind of poke around and ask people if they have questions, need help with anything. But all of their information, their Discord handles, their Twitter handles, the skills that they're good at, all this information is here. So please definitely take advantage to look through this and familiarize yourself with what they do as well. And I had mentioned that there was going to be a mentor a booth. So I click on the venue map, or excuse me, the venue tab. And then, yeah, if you're unsure what to, where everything is, if you get lost, there'll be, maps placed all throughout the venue as well. But clicking on the venue here, of course, it's at the ICC Istanbul Congress Center. But then if I go down here, you basically get a better idea for where everything is. So, I mean, registration, you code the registration here, you'll go downstairs, and then you'll pick up your swag item. And then this is where everything's happening. So here's the mentors table. There'll be hacking space here, hacking space here, hacking space here. All the partners booths will be, are covered around here. And then, yeah, Sunday morning, the partner prize judging will be located here where the partners are at. Our main project judging will be here. And then, of course, all of our different workshop rooms. We have the chill room, the chill space. If some of you've been to our events before, you know that Friday evening we open up a chill room. It's first come, first serve. It's not luxurious, 5-star accommodations. It's, inflatable mattresses and some pillows and blankets. But if you're looking for just some quiet time, step away from what's going on, the hacking, you're more than welcome to come and chill out here for a little bit as well. But just keep in mind that, it's not luxurious. The venue will be open 24/7 whenever registration starts on Friday at 1 p.m. And this goes on until Sunday, until like once the closing ceremony and our after party finishes. That's basically, until 5 or 6 p.m. is when the venue starts closing up. So again, you're more than welcome to stay here. We encourage you all to stay just to, take advantage of being in the environment as much as possible. But of course, you are able to go, sleep at your hotel room or wherever as well. So yeah, that was that. Let me see. And yeah, if I go back to the schedule, everything, the ETHGlobal, the website, the Istanbul website. I mean, you could pretty much any questions you'll be able to find them here. And this, just as a general reference, I mean, it really does have a lot of information. Of course, you can always message us, in the Istanbul Discord channels as well. But if you're unsure of something, chances are it's going to be here. So we definitely encourage people to, to read all the information here that we have on the website because it is available. But one thing I do wanted to mention is the schedule, like workshops, they start at 2 p.m. And they go until 6:30. So we'll have 4 different workshop rooms, and each of the workshop rooms will be running simultaneously, but they'll be from different partners on various topics. So again, this is also a great resource and opportunity for you all to get ideas for what to work on in terms of projects. You can start making connections with the partners as early as 2 p.m. And it will even earlier. Once we open the partner channels in Discord, you can of course start making connections and reaching out to them that way as well. But this is, we really encourage you all to take advantage of the workshops that are going on, just because of all the information, the content and resources that are coming out of these workshops. And then hacking, excuse me, dinner will be at 6:30. So this will be the first meal that's provided. And then basically, there will be we will post what the meals are going to be as well. That way you all have an idea like what's going to be on the menu. But there will be snacks, drinks, water, sodas throughout the weekend as well too. So of course if you're able to bring, excuse me, let me turn off something. Sorry, yeah, I'm just gonna turn off the annotation. So hopefully nobody writes stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, dinner's there. The opening ceremony, again, as I mentioned, take advantage of attending this. It has a lot of information there. Hacking begins at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings when it ends. So that's a full 36 hours, which we think is more than enough time. As long as you have the team ready, you have your ideas ready. Once 9 p.m. hits, that's the best way. If you're still thinking of an idea what to do Saturday morning, it's going to be a little difficult. So we definitely, we have the team formation brainstorming session after the opening ceremony as sort of like a last opportunity, but we really encourage folks to have their ideas thought out and teams formed well beforehand. just to give you as much opportunity to focus on hacking your project as possible. But yeah, if I go all the way back up, Saturday, we don't really have much going on. It's there's a brunch, there's dinner. We have a project feedback session with our mentors from 3 to 5. This is an opportunity for you all to get feedback on, anything that you want. You can just present what you currently have to the mentors, or you can, ask them questions. But you should also think about this entire weekend, when meeting with mentors, or even partners, just to ask them anything that you want. Ask them, is this a good idea that I want to work on? Or do you think I should do this? Or, what do you think of this? They're there to help you. They're there to make sure that you cross the finish line Sunday morning, with flying colors and a lot of confidence. So don't be hesitant to ask them anything, that you want to ask them. That's what they're there for. So yeah, just try and take advantage of that as much as possible. But this is the feedback session is a really good session, I think, to attend, because it does give you, it's an opportunity to see kind of how much you've progressed over the past, 12, 16 hours since hacking began the previous night. And then, yeah, Sunday morning, projects are due 9 a.m. So it's 9 a.m. That's kind of, we strongly recommend teams to submit projects a lot earlier than 9 a.m. If you do it and start doing it at 8:50 or start recording your video at 8:50, you're going to hit a lot of traffic on the website. And so we don't want that to happen. And then you become stressed out, and it really is frustrating to you especially. So we encourage you to start submitting your projects, 2 hours at least beforehand. That way you have the time to kind of chill, relax, and just take it all in. Instead of stressing yourself out, because at 9:30, that's when judging begins. So no, you're fine, Ali. Yeah, and actually I don't even, if I can get rid of it, but yeah, no, it's fine. So yeah, it's let's see. Yeah, no, that's all right. Oops, got somebody in. So yeah, it's project submissions can be pretty stressful. So yeah, we try and encourage people to submit it as early as possible. And yeah, and then judging begins at 9:30. So your hacker dashboard will update with what it is that you where you're supposed to go for judging. And then partner judging will also start asynchronously as well. So usually people, what they'll do is they'll do their project judging, their live judging with the 2 judges. And then after that, they'll do the partner judging. They'll go to the partner booths, whichever partners that you selected prizes for. That's how you'll do partner judging. So some people don't do both. They just do partner judging, or they just do, the live finalist judging that ETHGlobal has. It's totally up to you, but that's kind of the format that people do choose. I will say that it's easier to excuse me. Yeah, there we go. It's easier to focus on just a handful of partner prizes versus a ton of partner prizes, just because of you're trying to do too much at once, right? So you don't want to, when you're focused on your projects, you don't really want to try and do 20 different partners tech stacks included into your project. There's not enough time, and I think it just becomes too convoluted and too much in terms of what it is trying to do. I think it's, as long as you stay simple, stay focused on what you can achieve over the weekend, that's the best strategy that I've seen. So what does that mean? It could be, if you're trying to incorporate, I think maybe 3 or 4 different partners tech stacks into your project. Anything more than that, I think it gets a bit much. So just something to keep in mind. But I mean, now that you have the time, to go over who the partners are, what prizes they have, you can plan accordingly. You can't start building, you can't start coding, now, but you can start planning accordingly. And you don't have to use partner prizes as well. I mean, it's there if you're aiming for a particular prize from a partner, but a lot of past ETHGlobal finalists, not everybody has incorporated like partner prizes in that way. So it just really, the overarching theme of the events ETH Global is, onboarding developers into the Web3 Ethereum space, right? So as long as it's built on top of the Ethereum stack, that's all that really matters. So don't feel like you're forced to have to build on top of a partner. And then ultimately, I guess one good thing to mention about that is, the main point of the events isn't to also just, maybe win prizes and everything. It's about, how are you growing as a developer? If as long as if you come this far to attend an event, to apply, to build something, to learn, like that's sort of the success. I think I see it as that you're kind of on the road to continued success, because you're learning, you're growing, you're sharing your ideas with others as well. So as long as you're doing that, I think then that's the best outcome that can happen after our events are finished. So that was that. One thing I wanted to also mention is, if I go back to events, actually, sorry. So this is something I forgot to mention: guides. So we've had guides for a little while now. So a lot of our different partners, they've provided guides on, how to use something, what they're about. And this is starting to gain more and more traction and notice from our partners. So you're going to start seeing a lot more guides from our partners in case you're unsure how to do something. But one thing that where we started recently was all you need to know about our hackathons. So I'm going to send this in the chat. But this is a guide that, again, kind of talks about what I've been talking about this whole time. It's still, it's very much a work in progress. It's never going to be, I think, completely finished, just because of, there's always things changing with our events, and things will be tweaked. But this really, if you have questions about staking, why do we require staking, or even team formation, or the idea of brainstorming, and kind of where I was showing about, if you forget the links that I just shared in Zoom, this the successful ETH Global Hackathon Experience Guide is a great resource to go for. Again, planning for an in-person event, we talk about, if you need visa letters of invitation, it's a bit too late for this now, but meal, snacks, we don't have showering facilities in our events. Some people will ask about this a lot. We do suggest, finding local gyms, so for any free day passes, if there are any gyms close by. There's Vitalik had a packing list whenever he travels, so you don't need to bring your whole closet with you. But this I wrote this guide to hopefully provide hackers a bit more idea for what to expect in terms of before the event happens, when the event happens, and even after the event happens. So if anybody has any feedback or thoughts around this, then definitely, of course, let me know as well. And just so I do this, but this is the hello@ethglobal.com email address. That's what I monitor that. So if you do have anything, need help with anything, you can always send an email there, and I'll respond to you with whatever it is that you need help with. So that was that. Go back to events. The other thing, so on the Thursday, we do have Pragma Istanbul and Cafe Istanbul as well. For those that may not know, Pragma Istanbul is a completely separate event, and it's more aimed for like investors, CEOs, founders. We do have hackers that attend. As a hacker, you do get a half off. I think the tickets was only $60 or $69. Let me check. Yeah, as a hacker, you get it's $69. So you get everything. Pragma is more for networking. But again, it also has a good opportunity for people to get ideas for what they want to work on at our events. So this happens at the Intercontinental Hotel in Istanbul, so it's not too far from the venue. So that's something that's going on. But then also there's also Cafe Istanbul. So this is geared more towards hackers, and we use this event really as kind of like a little meet and greet for hackers. So it's an opportunity for you all to grab a bite to eat, some coffee. You can do some co-working here. But it's basically, you know, all day team formation, brainstorming sessions. So if you've been chatting with somebody on Discord, in the Finite Team channel, and you've become teammates, Cafe Istanbul is the perfect place, I think, to meet each other for the first time or to catch up before the hackathon actually begins. So you know, it's open for a good amount of the day, and it will have mentors on hand as well. But it's, you know, it's really kind of just a chill space for folks to kind of get together before the hackathon actually begins. And Safe will be partnering with us on this as well. So if you're looking to work maybe with Safe as a tech stack, then, you know, definitely, you know, come here and, you know, just ask them questions, because they'll be available. They'll be on hand. The DevRels from their team will be there to help you out with any questions you might have for Safe. And it will be at the ICC. I think it's on the 5th floor, so it's conveniently in the same building as where the hackathon venue is going to be too. So, and yeah, there'll be food and drinks throughout the day for it as well. So, definitely check it out. You can. It's only confirmed hackers can apply for this and attend this. So if you want to bring friends that aren't hackers or that aren't confirmed to attend Istanbul, then they won't be able to attend. Just because we have to limit it based on the venue capacity of the space. But you are able to sign up, you know, on the spot as well. But if you want to, you know, do that beforehand to just make it easier that we already have your information, then, you know, we suggest to do that. Click apply to attend here. So I'll go ahead and send this link in the chat too. Let me think. Go back. So yeah, that was basically all the information I wanted to share. Does anybody, before I kind of go on, I think with anything else, does anybody have any questions? If you do, feel free to type them in the chat or take yourself off mute, and I can answer them right now. No questions. I think that's a good sign, hopefully.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the introduction. My question is like, if we make a submission, can we make changes to the submission? I mean, like apparently it's before the deadline.
Yeah. That's a good question. So yeah, actually, yeah, you can. Let me go back here. I'll go to the project page. Yeah, so the deadline is 9 a.m. Sunday, and then you can basically make changes as much as you want up until, you know, 9 a.m. once we close the project submissions. And this could be like, you know, the title, the emoji you use, the project description, the video, any of that can be changed. Even the partner prizes that you select for that you want to apply for. Once this loads, if it loads.
Yeah, I mean like I checked on the videos and stuff. I think at the end there will be like a final submission, and then you need to confirm, and then, you know, something will pop up saying that, you know, congratulations stuff. After that submission, we can still make another submission, is it?
Well, it'll be, I guess you can still like resubmit. It won't be like another submission, but you can resubmit. Yeah, like if you click that, congratulations, your project's been submitted. Then yeah, it has to pop up and like the little confetti and stuff.
Yeah.
But then yeah, you can still go back and edit the title or the video or whatever as well. Yeah, as long as it's
oh, sorry.
as long as it's before like 9 a.m. or when we close the project submissions, then yeah, you're able to do that.
Oh, it's basically the, you know, the following submissions will just overwrite the previous submission.
Pretty much, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. And so yeah, if you go to project, like right now, it's not all of the UI is open up yet. So there's some stuff you can't fill out yet, but you can, like right now, you could put like your enter your chess project name and some like how it's made, maybe, or description, what you're thinking, what you want to do. And then as you progress further, then you'll be able to provide like the images, the screenshots, your tech stack, the prizes that you're working with and stuff. But yeah, this full page won't open until Saturday morning. That's when you'll be able to really just enter all the information. But right now it's very limited in terms of what you can provide. Neil had a question: will all projects presentations be live or only those of the finalists? Yeah, oh, excuse me. Yeah, so the what you're gonna do, and actually, if I just go back to the guides, I think this is in the guides too, but you'll when you do, everything is basically live. So in the sense that whenever you're okay, yeah. Like project submissions, judging, so like these are people like hackers get lining up for in Paris. And then you are presenting live to judges. So this was Tokyo hackers. Whenever we do 9:30 judging, that's when it begins. You're getting in line, and then you're assigned to a judging room, right? And so we'll have about 12 different judging rooms, I think, depending on the number of judges we get. But there's usually two judges per room. And then a volunteer will greet you. They'll check you in and stuff. You wait, and then you get your laptop set up and everything. And then you're presenting live to the judges. So you're actually walking through your demo, doing whatever you need to do. You're not playing, like if you made a demo video, you're not playing that. That's just so we can post it on the show, on your showcase, on the page for our showcase page. And then if partners, if so they can look at it as well. If maybe you don't have time to go present to them or something, they'll still see that information if you applied for a partner prize. So they can look at your video, which is why I think it's really helpful and useful to have a video in case, partner prizes can see they can have something to refer to, because partner judging can be a bit chaotic because there's just so many hackers coming down around that time. So we try to make it as smooth as possible, but that's why we say like having the video is helpful. But whenever you do like the ETHGlobal judging, like yeah, it'll be live. And then if you're selected as a finalist, you will do another live demo on the on stage during the closing ceremony as well. So yeah, it's live in that sense that you're actually presenting something. This is only different if it's an online async event that we have. That's the only case where it's a little bit different. It's not necessarily live. Yeah. Any other questions? One thing I did, let me I mean, people probably already seen this, but let me just get our city guide link to you as well. Of course, DevConnect has a city guide too, but this is blocking it. How is the food managed? It's so there'll be catering. There'll be like Friday there's a dinner, Saturday there's a brunch and dinner, and then Sunday I think it's just the breakfast and lunch on Sunday. But yeah, there will be those meals will be throughout the days, and then there'll be snacks and waters and drinks throughout the day as well. That'll kind of be restocked as it happens. Will the recording be sent out? The recording for this, Elaine, this is being recorded. So yeah, it's being recorded. It'll be on YouTube, and it'll be added to like basically our YouTube channel. Actually, you can probably see it right here. But yeah, it'll be on our YouTube channel. Go back. So yeah, for like the meals and stuff. Sunday we just have the brunch. Sorry, I said there was breakfast and lunch, but it's actually just going to be the brunch on Sunday, and then the closing cocktail party. Let's see. Do we have a chance to present our project to other hackathon teams? Sorry, let me. Do we have a chance to present our project to other hackathon teams joined in the event? I'm not sure I understand the question, Ali. Oh, I missed Rohan's question. Ali, could you clarify the question? Then Rohan's question was, will I miss anything if I leave by 4 p.m. on the last day? No. So the closing ceremony we do. That's when we announce like partner prizes. So closing ceremony is the finalists will present, and then after the finalists present, all the partner prizes will be announced. So yeah, again, if you win a partner prize, you'll receive an email as well, and then you could also, if you have to leave, you can also watch the recording of the closing ceremonies on our YouTube channel. So you technically won't miss anything, but you know, if you do win a prize, then you know you'll get to be there in the moment when it's announced if you win something. But yeah, either way, like you'll receive information about that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Ali, I don't the question, I'm not sure with that, what you mean by that. And yeah, in the closing ceremony, like we do get asked a lot of questions around like stake returns and stuff. So we return stakes, you know, within 2 to 3 weeks after the event ends. We prizes are the same thing. We'll distribute partner prizes or winners, you know, around 3 weeks after the event ends. It's getting to the point where it's a lot sooner than that. But the actual specific date will be announced during the closing ceremony in the slides. So that will be announced. So we have the feedback form. We send this feedback form because it's just excuse me, it's it's really helpful for us to get feedback on how our event went, whether it's good or bad. You know, the more we know, the better. So we generally do a raffle for a swag item if people fill out this event, or excuse me, fill out this form too. But yeah, it's that'll also be part of the like the closing ceremony and the emails that happen afterwards as well. Let me see. So
one last question. So I do understand like it is kind of easier if we want to build some application and you know create a demo for the application. But if we are trying to work on something for the protocol, you know, to create like a new protocol or something, it might be harder to demo. Would that be kind of accepted? You know.
yeah, it's I mean it's your preference. I think you know, that's something you'd have to take into consideration, right? You know, if it's something newer, you know, is there enough documentation and resources available to help you maybe get unblocked on something that if you get stuck on something. But I think like in terms of judging, you know, it really it's going to depend on the judges. It's kind of, you know, it's very much subjective, right, to who it is and kind of what their background is and what they're looking for. But you know, from what I've seen, so because some people may not get to the point where they can actually do a live demo, but the idea that they've got, that they've the architecture behind it or whatever it is that they've done, it's really incredible. It wows, impresses the judges. Other folks maybe that, you know, their working demo product is just really also maybe really incredible, or maybe it's working, but it's kind of been done before, it's been seen before. So the judges might like, well, you know, you've got it working, but I've seen maybe 100 copies of this in previous events or hackathons. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but I think it really just you know, it's a risk. But I think if you feel strongly about building on something that may be quite new, then I'd say go for it. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah, you did. So because I'm just trying to build something, you know, as a new protocol, and I'm just afraid of if I get enough time to create a demo for it. But yeah, thank you for answering.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I mean, it's again, because like one of the if you go to, and I guess real quick, like this is, I just sent this link, the city guide that we created, but you know, if you're completely new to Istanbul, definitely, you know, check this out. It also links to the Dev Connect, their schedule and city guide too. But yeah, if I go back to like the info page, and again, like, yeah, sorry, my internet's just been really slow today. Like if you click on this tab and you scroll down, you'll see like exactly what judges are going to be grading projects on. So to give you kind of a better idea exactly what it is, they're looking for, to hopefully maybe this might help you, I think, kind of steer you in the direction like, well, you know, does it have the wow factor, or, you know, can I, if I can get to that point, are there other ways that I can make up for it, right? And maybe the originality isn't there, but everything else is flawless, type of thing. Somebody had their hand raised, but I think they went down. But if you have a question, you know, you can certainly ask it. Ali's question. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, you just answered my question.
Oh, okay.
Judging criteria page.
Oh, okay. Awesome. See, Ali's question. I like to have the opportunity to show my project to other teams in the hackathon, not just the judges. My question is whether, oh yeah, I mean, there isn't a specific time like where you can do this, but you're certainly, you can do this. You're you know, I think it's good for you, if you want to share your project, what you're working on, with other hackers to kind of get their feedback too. Usually at the end, whenever you submit your project, in the project page, submission page, there's a link that you can add. There's a